Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I have a tier list for you guys of the Dragon Ball games on Roblox that I have played, okay? Please keep that in mind. These are games that I've played. I know there's hundreds of Roblox Dragon Ball games out there, but I'm just going to be ranking the ones that I have played personally. So with that being said, please just don't attack me if your favorite game is not on this list at all, because I don't know every single Roblox Dragon Ball game out there. I clearly don't, but let me go ahead and go on with this tier list. Oh, and one more disclaimer before we actually get started. This is my opinion, okay? So please don't attack me if I rank one of your games on here low or high or whatever. Please don't attack me. This is just my opinion. If you want, you can leave your opinion in the the comment section below, and I'll definitely read it. But I just want to let you guys know that this is just my little personal opinion when it comes to Dragon Ball games. Okay, now we can get on with the video. Alright, so the first one up, we have Dragon Ball Evolution. This is kind of a new game, but I played about maybe 3 or 4 hours of it. I didn't really get too far in Dragon Ball Evolution, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I think this game is D tier. I know some people are gonna get upset with me, but I just did not really click with the game. I didn't like it. I mean, I had issues with the UI. The UI layout looks like a 2013 Roblox game. It looks very bad. The combat doesn't feel all that great to me. It kind of feels a little wonky. I mean, maybe they updated it. I haven't played this game in about 3 or 4 months, but when I did play it, the combat felt very wonky. It just did not feel great. It felt like a rushed together Dragon Ball game. So yeah, D tier for me for Dragon Ball Evolution. The next one we have is Dragon Ball Nexus. Now this game is kind of brand new. It came out, I want to say about 2-3 months ago. This game came out. It's still in very early stages, so I can't really judge the game too hard right now. But for what I have played, this game right now, at least to me, I know a lot of people are gonna be upset, this game is B tier, and it's just because there's not too much content in the game. That's really all it is. Like the combat and the animations and the visuals, they look great for this game, but in my personal opinion, that can only go so far. There has to be more. There has to be more to do, and we're just not sure about what this game will become later on in the future when it has more updates, when it's more finished and finalized. So right now, I think it's kind of fair to kind of put it in the middle in B tier. By no means is this game bad. I mean, you guys can go and play it. I kind of like the game, but I'm also judging it based off of what is available. And if you were to play this game for about an hour, you pretty much played the entire game. Alright, so for the next one, we have Dragon Ball Final Stand. Now, this is a classic Dragon Ball game, and I'm moving it up here to probably A tier. I'm gonna move it up to A tier. Dragon Ball Final Stand is a really good classic DBZ game. It was probably one of the biggest DBZ games for quite a long time. It was like the blocks fruit of DBZ games. Everyone was playing Dragon Ball Final Stand, and this game had so much to offer. It had different races that you could play as. You could play as a Freezer race, Majin, Namekian, Human, Saiyan. You could pick all those races. It was a lot of fun to play this game, and it even had features like the Tournament of Power and so on and so on, other planets. This game offered a lot. It's a really good Dragon Ball game, but for me personally, I did play it for, I want to say maybe 10-11 hours worth of the game. So I didn't get too far in the game, but I did play a lot of it. And to me personally, the combat, it always felt just a bit odd, but then again, I mean, that is old school Roblox. This game came out 2016, 2017, so it did have that old school Roblox combat feel. And if you guys know anything about old school Roblox, the combat was not great. A lot of times it was kind of wonky to get used to, and the game, it did update over time and got a little better with the combat, but to me it still felt just very weird to play. But that's just my personal opinion, but I do respect what the game brung. I do respect the features that the game had, and I do respect what it did for the Dragon Ball community on Roblox. So Dragon Ball Final Stand is definitely A tier for me. The next one we have is Dragon Ball Final Remaster. Now this game came out not too long ago. I want to say about 2 years ago maybe. So this game is still relatively new. It did kind of die off when it comes to the popularity of it, but I still see about 100 to 200 people playing it every day, so it still has a little bit of a fan base. This game honestly was one of the first good looking DBZ games. When I played this game, it looked really good, really good. Now I won't lie, I do have my little you know, like this game's gonna be B tier for me. I do have my little issues with the game. One of them being is that the game is constantly always updating. Like, of course it's still, I think it's like in beta right now, but the game is always updating, and a few times they've changed like everyone's progression, and that I felt like was a slap to my face, because this game was grindy, dude. Grindy. Like, before they remastered the progression system, I think I was like about 10 million, maybe 12 million power level, and then, you know, so I was up there. You know, I had Super Saiyan Blue, you know, I was up there, I was strong, I was, you know, having a lot of fun. Like, I put like weeks into grinding to get to that power level, and then I stopped playing it for about a couple months, 3 or 4 months. I come back, there's a new progression system, and I'm like put all the way back down to like Super Saiyan level, and I'm like, what the heck? All that grinding I just did, weeks of grinding gone, and I have to do that again. So that really didn't like sit well with me. Of course, the game is in, you know, beta or whatever, so it's still gonna be updating, but for me personally, that just didn't feel right. So B tier, but the game looks amazing. Don't get me wrong, this is a good game. You guys should go try it out, but that's just my personal opinion. B tier. The next game we have is Dragon Blocks. Now this is a simulator, okay? This is a Dragon Ball simulator. A lot of them kind of feel like simulators. I can't really like say anything. A lot of them kind of feel very similar to each other, but this is like a traditional Dragon Ball simulator. I'm gonna give this game C tier. I know a lot of people like Dragon Blocks. I used to like it for a little bit. I do appreciate what the game has in terms of like features and stuff you can do in it, but for me personally, just a C tier. It doesn't really feel like a true Dragon Ball game. It just feels like, hey, here's the simulator. You just go and blow up a character or an NPC and call it a day. It didn't really feel all that great. Like, that's just my personal opinion. It didn't feel all that great, but I do appreciate what the game has. So Dragon Blocks is a C tier for me. Now we move on to Dragon Blocks Ultimate. Now this game is also C tier for me. There's a lot of reasons why. First things first, Dragon Blocks Ultimate is ridiculously grindy. Now it has gotten a little better over the years as they added in 2 times XP, like for the weekends permanently. So every weekend there's 2 times XP. So it has gotten a little better with the grinding, but outside of that, like, this game does not really offer too much. Like, this game is just a form simulator, a form grind. That's all you're doing. You're just unlocking forms. That's really the only thing you can do in this game. There's no side objectives. There's nothing you can do. Just unlock forms and beat up on other players. That's all you can do in Dragon Blocks Ultimate. And I felt like this game was wasted potential. Like, this game had a lot of potential. It was pretty hype back in the day. Like, this game used to have like 2, 3, 4,000 people playing it daily. And this is like back in, like, you know, 2021 or 2020. This game was popular, but of course, like I said, they never really did anything with the game outside of just, you know, adding in new forms and raising the level cap, or not even raising the level cap, because there is no level cap for Dragon Blocks Ultimate. They just kept adding new forms in it, and the game seemed like, you know, it didn't have too much to offer. So C tier for Dragon Blocks Ultimate. The next one we have is Dragon Soul. Now, this game, ladies and gentlemen, this game is S tier, okay? I don't care what anyone says. This game to me is S tier. It offers so much when it comes to a Dragon Ball game. Like, the first things first, this game looks gorgeous, okay? It has high class models. Like, if you guys are looking for a Dragon Ball game that looks really good and has its own art style, this game is it. Dragon Soul is so freaking good. I cannot stress it enough. It has raid bosses, it has world bosses, it has different forms that you can unlock, and you can master those forms too. It has Kaioken that can be stacked on top of forms. It has the afterlife, it has the earth. I think they're coming out with a new planet pretty soon too. Like, and the big thing that Dragon Soul has is a storyline. Yes, a storyline that you can follow, that actually has a story to it. Unlike a lot of other Dragon Ball games where it's just a simple quest, this game has a storyline. It is so freaking good. If you guys have not played Dragon Soul, please go and check it out, because it's S tier. It's like one of the best Dragon Ball games out there in my personal opinion. It is S tier. Check out Dragon Soul if you guys haven't. And the last game on our list here is Dragon Ball Rage. Now, recently I have been playing Dragon Ball Rage. I did upload my first video about 3 or 4 days ago on Dragon Ball Rage. And I have to say, this game, I would put it at, it's a mix between B tier and A tier. I'll put it in B tier, but it'll be like the best B tier game. This game does, you know, offer a little bit when it comes to like, you know, playing the game. Like recently they just added Dragon Balls into the game, so now you can go out and hunt for Dragon Balls and make a wish. I think that's pretty cool. I haven't seen many Dragon Ball games do that, so I think that's pretty cool. This game also has, you know, pretty cool looking forms. It does offer a bit of a XP boost with these forms, which I do appreciate. So like as you get stronger and stronger, it gets a little bit easier on leveling up, as it should. But the only thing for me that really like sets back Dragon Ball Rage is just the lack of different features. I do think they plan on adding like tournaments and the tournament power pretty soon, so we'll see how that works out. But right now it's just the lack of features that the game really offers. If it had more features like tournaments, party system, actually I think it does have a party system, but I might be wrong about that. But a party system, tournament power or tournaments, raids, you know, if it added all that stuff into the game, this would be like, you know, A tier or S tier for me. But right now, I'll put it in B tier, but it is the best B tier game, so don't get me wrong. You guys should definitely go check out Dragon Ball Rage if you haven't either. That game is also pretty fun from time to time. But yeah, that's pretty much my tier list on the Dragon Ball games on Roblox that I have personally played. Dragon Soul is S tier, Dragon Ball Final Stand is A tier, Dragon Ball Rage, Nexus, and Final Remaster of all B tier. Dragon Blox and Dragon Blox Ultimate C tier for me, and Dragon Ball Evolution is D tier just because that game felt like it was made another week. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I do have a Discord server. You guys can join that server in the description. There'll be a link for it so you guys can join it. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.